Ladies and gentlemen, you are now listening to the Talking Nonsense About Impact Wrestling podcast. Cross the line in 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Talking Nonsense About Impact Wrestling podcast. My name is Geoff, and alongside me, as always now, 4 weeks alive in a row, they are the Joe Doring and Diener to my Eric Young. It's Max and Craig, everybody. Do we like that? Which one's Diener? I think he's Diener. Oh, they'll take it? All right. It's better than being called Rob Terry again. All right, guys, we have a jam-packed show for you today. Really good stuff coming, so we won't banter too much in this opening part, but I will do a rundown. In honor of Black History Month, we are going to play a game of Steiner Math at the very end. I wrote it, so Max and Craig will be playing, which should be interesting. Craig's, past midnight and 2 sheets to the wind already, I think. Is he there? Yeah, okay. So it'll be a fun game, and of course we'll answer your questions at the end. We have some hot topics. I don't know if you saw it in our chat group, but if you did, thanks for coming in live with us. We got anyone on board right now?
Now let me see if I can hear.
What's up, Cody?
There we go. Hey, you can hear me. You talk too real quick.
Hey, y'all.
No?
Okay, cool. I can hear everybody through
Twitch.
Twitch.
Cool. It looks like some people are popping in. So for the YouTube crowd, at least, I'll announce it, and then we'll catch everyone back up when they fill in, as they usually do. And you can see in the banner every Saturday night, 7:30 to 9, consistent. And next week, we will actually be having. Let's see, technology. Yeah. Hey, there we go. I've practiced this so many times, and now I'm going to mess it up. Michael Cavaccini. There we go. I think I got it right. I'm Italian. I should know this shit. But he is the author of the book coming out for Impact Wrestling 20th anniversary. He did 100 interviews in 100 days of TNA legends. You got to see the list of people that he has announced, but we'll pick his brain next week. He'll be with us for the whole thing, I believe. But it'll be fun.
Did he interview Johnson?
Max, we're 3 minutes in. 3 minutes?
I know, but at least I got it out.
Oh, man. Anyways, maybe he did.
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask him if he's interviewing.
We'll
legends.
See.
He should have at least.
Maybe he will recognize them as NWA Tag Team Champions for you. You'll finally be right about something. All right. So we have a game coming up. We have him. He'll be here as well. So maybe he'll play the game with us too when he's here. But yeah, it'll be good. If you guys have any questions, please bring them along with you. What's up, Mike? Wait, that is Mike. Write us in the chat. We'll ask him questions. It'll be a good time. He has the inside scoop on a lot of things coming back in regards to TNA. I know might dip into that later, as far as another show maybe as well. I don't know. All right. I'll kick it to Craig. Craig, what do you got for us, bud?
Yes, it's.
Oh, he froze. Oh, no, right.
Or did he fall? The question is, did he freeze? Or did he fall asleep? Okay. Mid-word. It's.
Craig, you froze, brother. Do your intro. Let's see it. I was ready for it.
Yes, it's me. It's M.I.B. Craig, aka Mr. Impact Blog. And if you don't know by now, you can find us on YouTube, you can find us on Facebook, you can find us on Twitter. We're here, there, we're everywhere.
Wow.
We have episodes of the podcast on our YouTube. Follow us on Twitter if you want to hit us up and join our group. Full of fun people, always an interesting time. And
Instagram? Your OnlyFans?
I know.
People are interested.
Max, our Instagram would be a full thing of Tennille. Would be the only thing, if you ran it, what it would have on it. So I'm good.
No, there'd be some velvet in there.
All right.
I don't post anything on Instagram anyway, so it would probably just be nothing. Be our logo.
You sure as fuck like our pictures within 3 seconds of us posting it, though. We're like, damn, record. We screenshot it.
Oh, I mean, when stuff pops up, I get stuff on Twitter. I get all this stuff notified, so I go in there and like a bunch of stuff.
All right, guys, we're gonna get right into hot topics right after this break. Craig, do you want to introduce it since it's your power rankings there?
Yeah, as Geoff said, here comes the power rankings.
All right, we'll be right back. They can't hear us.
Tired of trolling.
I'm getting used to this. I'm running it this time. Max is not. That'll be commercial. That's commercial too. If you saw it or if you know what it is, it went. I won't say viral, but it went around this week, and it was it's really good for us. It was funny, just a little Meltzer thing. So you'll see that in our commercial break. Good Lord, what an image to jump to.
To jump to.
Oh man! All right, guys. Let me get this set up. We're gonna do hot topics. Craig, I'll let you lead, my friend.
Okie dokie. So yeah, it's now time for the hot topics. Starting off with number 1, PWI has officially added the Impact World Knockouts and Knockouts Tag Team titles to their recognized championship. What does this mean to you? You've maxed out last week, so go, Geoff.
What does this mean to me? Nothing. It means nothing, and that's not. I hate because when you say something like that, the automatic thought is you're being biased or whatever because we never, we're acknowledged or we never get awards. I'm at 34 years old, content with the fact that these things, props given to people as an award for being what they perceive as the best. It's eye of the beholder, right? We all love Impact. We loved it all the way through. Maybe not all three of us, but the two up top at least. We stayed tuned. And I don't think I need someone's validation of why. I'm at that point in my life where I don't need someone's validation to like what I like. It's a fucking TV show. It's not like, we're Team USA versus Team Russia or something. Don't hack us if whatever, but you know what I mean? There's nothing, I don't know. Do you feel different? Is this something that's maybe for the athletes?
Well, I mean, so I didn't realize they didn't recognize them before. So do they not recognize the X Division and the Impact Tag Team? Because it says on here, Impact World Knockout and Knockout Tag. So you telling me that the Good Brothers
I have to look. I have to read the article. There's a good article about it. I forgot who did it. If someone knows, mention in there. But the what is it? Knockouts Tag, X Division. X Division isn't recognized as well, but for a different reason. I think it counts it as World Championships. So I think our tag team titles already did count. I don't know. We'll have to.
Okay, so here's the thing. Is it cool, I guess, in the sense that Impact is getting recognized and growing to the outside people. That is cool. It's good because I think definitely, at least for the past 2 years, they've deserved it.
Fair.
Like they deserve this recognition. So it's cool that they're getting 4 Impact for these guys. But in terms of what it means to me, like I don't really give a shit what PWI says. Like to me, like you go all the way back to like when ECW, when they first became ECW, and they had the whole thing where they threw down the NWA title. That whole like at that point in time, no one was going to recognize them. They were like, we're going to do our own thing.
Yeah.
We don't really care what anybody else says. And then the fans backed them, and that's what made them grow. It wasn't because other wrestling was like, oh yeah, they're in a legitimate world title. It's the fans were like, oh, they're a big enough group that these guys matter. So as long as the fans continue to grow, then I don't care if PWI has anything says anything about their title.
No, I think we agree there. I think I think the one thing though where I kind of understand is if we are going to succeed and get maybe a new TV deal or whatever it may be, whatever that next step we perceive is, a video game, whatever it is, when we have those meetings, you don't think one of those execs from the other company are, online seeing the meter of how the internet feels about us? They are. So these little things are big wins in the grand scheme of things for business. But as to me personally, no, they don't matter. It's a television show. So that's like saying, I don't know. There's no analogy because it's so stupid of a thing. Wrestling is a television show. We all know it's fake to an extent. The pain is real. The work is real. The feuds and all that generally aren't. So I don't know if we're already going with that mindset in that we believe Moose is a 5-star athlete that could have been in the NFL still. Maybe he is. I don't know. But you know what I mean? If we're to believe that, and we're to believe that, Eric Young just goes around pile driving people just because they're not in his group, we're going to believe whatever the hell that show. We're in that world. We're submerged in that world. We don't need the outside validation of nerds that watch the show to tell us how to like it. Or how much.
Here's what I'll compare it to. So, one, I agree. For them, like the wrestlers, the people involved, it's good for them. But to me, it's very similar to like the Oscars. Like if you have a movie that's a blockbuster, highest grossing movie of all time, but it doesn't win an Oscar, well, cool, man. Just because these guys that run this thing didn't acknowledge it, the movie still crushed it. Fans loved it.
Yeah.
It still made a shit ton of money. If it wins one, it's good for the actors. It's good for the people involved because they get to say other people like involved in the business respect us. But from a fan standpoint, I don't give a crap if my favorite movie of the year wins an Oscar because most of the ones that win Oscars are crap anyway. So if I liked it,
that's all it matters. Well, because it stands the test of time through the people. Even in the old days with stories, there's stories that get wished-washed and then passed down from generation to generation. Why? Because those are the ones that affected the mass group of people. And if the mass group of people like something, they're going to continue to like it if PWI decides it's null and void or not. Craig, are you with us?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the whole PWI thing not recognizing the Impact World Championship last year, I still think it had something to do with
you think we would have got recognition earlier had we not given to him?
Yeah, I mean, not much has changed apart from the AEW relationship. It's either that or Testa's World Champion.
That's a good point.
I mean, did they recognize the Divas title? Because wasn't Santino the Diva champion?
I doubt the Diva. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe the Diva.
I don't know. I can't even go to the website because I have ad blockers. So
I've never read PW.
All right, let's get into. Keep going.
Topic number 2.
Kicking it to number 2. Impact is now recognizing the TNA World Title as an official championship. What do you think the plans are for this title?
You got to go first.
I don't know because when Moose first started doing this, I thought he's going to claim it to be a world championship, and they're going to eventually end up unifying them, quote unquote, because he's just going to continue to say, "I'm the champion. I'm the champion. I'm the champion." But now I'm wondering if they're going to run these things like side by side
split
like, it's hard
as world same level.
Well, but see that's my question. So you can't have the Impact World Champion and the TNA World Champion, they're both world champions.
Yeah.
So you would have to start calling it the TNA title,
That's good.
or maybe the Impact title.
Yeah.
And then there has to be some type of difference,
or the Grand Championship.
I still feel like it's or something. I still feel like they're going to end up unifying them at some point, but I wouldn't mind them somehow creating one of them to be a mid-card title, but it would require a name change on one of them. They can't.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there, and I understand that. That's a great point. I never thought about that way. I thought Access TV, someone had thrown that around. Access TV champion. Okay, but I would hope we are eventually gone from there and don't want a belt stuck with the name of the company we're in, or the channel. So, yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. I also agree that this could go one or two ways. Logically, you would think they would either give it to Moose. He faces Swan anyways coming up. They unify it. We're done. He's the unified world champion. Blah, 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 right? But if you don't... Or wait, let me just finish the other part first, I guess. So, or you don't, and you have two shows. And Moose is the TNA champion, and that's its Impact's second show. And that's where we're at. I mean, look at the track record going in. They did their best numbers when they mentioned TNA last year, or before all this happened. They already announced that Anderson, Amazing Red, all of these people were coming back anyways. So you have more than enough, and then you could do your own trade. It'd be a good time. But I think what would be really cool is if Moose beats Swan, right? And it's supposed to be unification, right? Like he gets both, and he just looks at both of them, and he just gives them the Impact Championship backs and pieces out, and then starts TNA. That would be dope. And it would signify not that the Impact means nothing. It just means in Moose's mind that he still believes that the TNA Championship is worth more. And I'd rather go start my own company than do that. Why do people want us to leave Access? Another 20 million viewers at home.
Yeah, I think that's the issue. I think I don't have an issue with Access. Yeah. I think it's awesome that it's on it. Yeah. I don't get Access TV. The only way for me to watch Impact is on Twitch. So I would much rather them be on Spike TV or someplace that I can get on a normal channel where people can see them. Because here's the thing. Although I don't know how many people do it, I'm sure there's somebody somewhere that caught either NXT or AEW. AEW just simply flipping through channels and was like,
casual viewer.
What's this?
Yeah,
that's never
the casual viewer. And you're on the I know we're jumping around, but we'll finish this and then kick it to Craig. The Access TV thing, it is safe. It is our home. We own it. Or the company that owns us owns it. So it's not going anywhere. And I think that's the key to this is why not take a roll of the dice on a Spike TV or NXT, any of those. 50, 90, 40. Yep, there's a 40 million difference. And even if you do, so the casual viewer is less likely to go through Access TV, even if they get it, than the 90 that TNT gets. Because Access's programming is kind of weird. It's rock music and combat sports. I don't know.
It's also probably 197.
Yeah, it used to be HDNet. We used to make the joke about ROH, but so yeah, it's just why not take a gamble on a deal that says it's a pay to play, not for on our end, but hey, you guys come in, we'll give you your budget for whatever, your incentives. You need to hit these to make more money. Impact's at that point where they need to take that gamble to take that next step, and if you fail, you just go back to Access TV. It's not like they're going to play hardball. You just knock on the door and tell them, hey, we're coming back. We're coming back.
You're there. And I know we're never going to get back to the way things were with the Attitude Era and the Monday Night Wars in terms of that viewership. But what made those viewership numbers so crazy was your casual fan tuning in. It wasn't your hardcore. No, you're right. Those weren't hardcore fans. Those were casual fans. And you need to pick up some casual fans. Yeah, we'll jump to the next one. I do want to mention that really quick. So, the casual fan, I
I run into those people sometimes. Oh, you do a wrestling thing? Do you remember Stone Cold? Yeah, I remember Stone Cold. You know, it's always the same questions because they haven't come back. The thing is, though, wrestling is about to boom. And I know someone questioned why I said that. Obviously, the landscape, it looks like it's about to boom. But let's think about this. The Rock, I said this for 2 years now. The Rock is going to be president of the United States. Don't care. You could come at me, but in 12 years, I think it'll be, he will run. And what came out 2 weeks ago? The Young Rock Show. And what's it about? Him in 2032 running for president. Why this matters is he's going back in time. And I love The Rock. I like the show, but it feels like propaganda. And he's sitting there going back to, to talk about all the mistakes he's made in his youth and growing up and people to love him. If he becomes, even if he does not win, even if he runs for president, even if he doesn't run for president, he's the most paid actor in Hollywood. Eventually, and there's a lot of wrestling in this show. I hope you go watch it. It's actually really cool, especially if you like history of wrestling, Rocky Johnson. Oh, it's so dope.
I'll have to check it out.
But anyways, yeah, and it's funny. And The Rock's in it, so it's cool. But yeah, people are going to start catching on again. And if we keep up our shit that we're doing right now with AEW, New Japan, and that circle right there, plus the stability of WWE, the boom is going to come. It's just a matter of when. So I think it's going to come long-winded. Let's go to number 3 or kick to Craig while I try to figure this out.
Quickly, in terms of the TNA title, it doesn't, even though I love the TNA title, it doesn't feel like it's still a legitimate title because you can't have someone introduce a championship, have him carry it, and then feel like a world champion again. Even though
that is not true. Eric Bischoff literally walked out on an episode of SmackDown, handed Triple H the world championship, and said, "You do you, my man." And then they just ran with it, like, "Yeah, that works for us." Like,
it was Raw. Yeah.
Was it Raw? Either one. He literally was like, "Yo, here's your championship. Go get him."
Look, once again, it's a storyline. We could do whatever the hell we want, but I understand the lineage aspect. Where does it divide? How does this person create it? And then Scott just like, yeah, okay. If they're not just going to wipe it away, we'll see. It depends once again, just like the X Division, of how they build it and the commentators talk about it.
I agree.
It's not going to last much longer. Number 3, with the whole new producer backstage, aka Josh Matthews, and the way the ring looks with the new handles on the post and the ringside steps, does Impact feel like a fresh new show?
To me? No.
Yeah.
Well, yes, it is me, but no, I don't think it feels like a fresh new show. I did, to be honest with you, when you originally gave us this question, I think it was last week, and then we changed it up and moved it to this week. I didn't even notice. And I eventually noticed the steel steps this previous week, and I love steel steps because it gives you that you could do anything with them. You throw them into them, boom, but whatever. It's all that cool stuff that comes out of the wrestling aspect and the aesthetic aspect as well. But it looks very tight. Like it's a very tight ringside. I think the ring, they should still go one size higher, or at least bring the camera out, right? I know they're in a studio and it's small and is what it is. But until they take that next step and make it look bigger and have the production grow, and I know that money comes with that, but until they do that, it's going to look wonderfully produced, but small. And I really hope that's the change. The entryway, I will notice that. I will mention that. I don't know if anyone noticed or it's part of the Josh thing or not. But those icicle-like ones that hang, right? The slabs that hang over the trunk. They've been adding more skins to that. So, like for different wrestlers, like Rosemary and them, when they come out, you see the handprint stuff, but then there's stuff going on around it as well. So, I like that. But that's really all I noticed. BTS, is that before the Impact? No, before BTI. BTS. What the hell is BTS? Backstreet Boys. BTS. But yeah. Anyways, no. I didn't notice the difference, but if that's the first step of many, no pun intended, I'm happy with it.
I won't say it feels like a fresh new show. To me, Impact felt like a fresh new show when they kind of changed the way they were doing things. Like there was a while there where just the show itself wasn't particularly good. And then as they continued to get better, like that to me is what makes it feel like a fresh new show. But they've been like consistently good for a long time now. So just changing up the ring or like, oh, that's cool. They've got new, a new this, a new that, but it doesn't feel like a fresh new show. And that's, to me, that's because they're already putting on a good product. So there's nothing that feels stale or old about it that they need to make any changes to be like, oh, this feels fresh and new, because they're putting on a solid product.
Yeah.
So
I agree with. I do want to mention something before I forget it. I agree with what you're saying, because it's in the capacity it's in now. They don't need to touch it. But as it gets larger, of course, that's the goal. The one thing I do want to mention, I missed the Morphoflex and the 5 stack hour energy stack. I missed those logos and sponsorships on the mat. I wish they would bring something like that back, though, and maybe like how Lucha had the Aztec thing. I would love if Impact was written on there. I always love that top shot. So
yeah, I mean, I think I think as they do grow, when they get to that point where when they're in terms of like size-wise and production-wise, AEW, NXT level, to where it does look better. But I still don't think it's going to make it feel like a fresh new show. You'll just be like, oh, okay, Impact is grown.
Yeah.
Like, to me, you need a fresh new show feeling when you run into a situation where you're like, man, this is getting stale and old, and we need to really change something up. Yeah. And when something like that happens, you need to do more than just say, hey, guys, we got a new stage.
Yep.
Like, cool.
No,
we got new steps. So, like, you need to change something big. And I don't think they're at that. I don't think the show feels old. So I like the changes. I do, like I said, I really like the hanging are they mini Titans? What are they? Whatever they're called. But I really like those. I think those look really good, and it's interesting. And I do agree that they can do some really cool stuff with them. I'm sure as they continue to progress, the longer they get there, they'll add more things on, like you said, the handprints and different things for different people. But I like the way it looks, but I wouldn't say it looks like a fresh new show.
Craigward, let's keep moving. I see you're frustrated because we're way behind on time. So let's go.
Number 4. Is AEW using Impact as their own personal developmental territory?
I guess this is me. I don't think so. I mean, they prior to the partnership, they took a lot of people, but they also took a lot of people from WWE too. So I think at that point, now again, they were released people, but
still that's true.
But so I don't think they're using as their development area. I think it's a good place for them to send some guys who maybe aren't getting their time. Like Private Party, to kind of go in and do some stuff. I think that would be a good idea there. But they also have AEW Dark that they can do that with as well. So, I mean, to me, if they were using it as their development territory, Kenny Omega wouldn't be on the show.
Right. That's true. Yeah. Like, well, I mean, then again,
Roman Reigns ain't showing up on NXT doing a story.
Edge is.
I don't think Edge is doing his own fucking thing.
I'll make it quick just because, obviously we got number 5 and I'm really excited to play the game. No, I don't think so yet. And I say yet because in the chat group, too, we talk about it a lot, it seems, which is, oh, hey, Tony Schiavone, I forgot he was behind you. A douche.
Which side? His own.
Yeah, no, we talk about it a lot, which is, what is going to be the relationship, 1, and 2, is Impact ready to finally re-sign their own and keep their own? And I think that's going to be the tell. If we keep, all these contracts that are coming up, even though I don't think it'll be a big loss, that's another topic for another time, just because of the deals we're doing, there's so much talent that's around that it's the synergy we find. It'll cover the spots. But, until we see the landscape and how this plays out, I would say no, but I feel like number 5 plays into what we're about to talk about, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Ready, number 5. have your feelings changed after this week's paid ad featuring Brian Cage and Tommy Dreamer's comments after that? In other words, where Tommy Dreamer pointed out on Busted Open saying that Impact weren't happy with the way AEW spoke, and nor some of the roster members. Tommy also retweeted the paid ad saying, "Promo 101. Don't if you're going to bury them, you have to raise them back up afterwards. Don't just shit on them,
Right?
Because if you're using them, you're basically shitting on yourself."
Right. Am I up? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I was hoping so. So yeah, what he basically said, and then I followed up on this. Kind of saw there was a lot more. It seemed afterwards, our initial time seeing that, but what he's basically saying is the Mick Foley school of promo, which is, if I'm going to face Max, I'm not going to tell or say he's a piece of shit for my whole promo, because if I do and I beat him, then what does it do for me? Does nothing. I beat a piece of shit because I'm supposed to beat him. Now, if he beats me, how bad does that look? It looks really bad on me. So what you should always do is not uplift, but when you're talking shit, still make sure you don't put him on a lower level than yourself.
Yeah, you don't bury him too hard.
Now, with that being said, no, it's all fucking work. It's all work. I've been saying, all these Impact fans getting riled up about it, and all the people calling us, I won't say what they're calling us, but you know what I mean? Like, we produce the show. Sahadi's not going to take the tape that AEW gives them and just pop it in and say, there we go. If they did not want it to air on television, it would not air on television. The reason it is airing on television is because of the casual viewer. Now you can say, oh, well, what about me? In the grand scheme of things, we don't matter. And that's not to say we don't or they don't. It's Impact is a company. Their job is to make money and make as many fans as possible. And the way they're going to do that is by owning up the fact of their past flaws. You have to say, oh, we're the underdog, yeah, our title, whatever, and we did have bad finances and no one watches us, and what channel we on? These are rhetorics that are already created and already said 50 billion times for the past 7 years, if not longer. So, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, we need to take it. We need to own it. And that's the only way we can play the underdog. No one's going to feel like they know that Impact. If you're a casual fan and you don't read the sheets, or even if you're a big fan and don't read the sheets or are online, or you have no Twitter, nothing like that, you don't go on there and just say, oh, yeah, we're pieces of shit. You need someone else to tell you are, because then that creates a heel and we are the face. Sorry, Cody's thing threw me for a loop.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with what you're saying. I do agree with the fact that them bringing up all the things, oh, they did this, they did that, impacted this, impacted that. Like, I agree with you. That's also that people have been saying. This isn't – the Tonys aren't, like, firing actual insults that Impact doesn't know are true. This isn't like, it's not like that. Like, Impact's like, yeah, we've had all these issues. But all those issues that they had, outside of the fact on a network nobody watches, have all been cleared up. You guys had horrible money issues, didn't pay your wrestlers. Okay, cool. Right. You guys came in and did stupid storms. Okay, cool. Like, the people in charge now didn't do any of that stuff. So you're basically making fun of the people that came before you. So it doesn't actually have any impact on you.
Yeah.
So I think it's fine. And I agree. I agree with the fact that it's a work, like you said. They get these. It's not, these tapes don't show up, and they're like, oh yeah, let me go ahead and hit play on that. Wonder what he said this week. Well, like, it's not like that. It's they know what's coming. Yeah. So if they get anything and they're like, hey man, this crossed the line. Hey, they're gonna tell them, and they're gonna refill it. So I mean,
I remember what I was going to say. So yeah, no, that you're 100%. We're on the same page with that. On top of that, I do want to mention, because I just saw Critical Listing 17 wrote, I will say Cage isn't the best guy to talk up the world title run. I want to look from that aspect too, because we mentioned Brian Cage. Brian Cage, as a human being, I don't know his real name, but I like Brian Cage. He's a good dude. I don't like that he was so in love with AEW while he was still our champion and all that drama. but I don't have anything against the human being. Now, as the character, I'm happy that he flubbed up his line during that promo, because it just, you could say all you want about our championship, but at least you could say it clearly next time. But yeah, Cage isn't the best guy, and you don't think he doesn't know that either? He knows what will be said about him, and Tommy doesn't rarely, and if you could bring up more, then I will say I'm wrong here. Tommy Dreamer does not usually go and take out people at the knees on social media. That's not his thing. He's not going to go and bust open radio and say, oh, man, this Cage guy had a shitty run, and he's a piece of shit, and, that's not what he's going to do, man. This is all a work. It's doing its job. It's making all of the people that aren't, thinking bigger picture or are real diehard fans of each, because they don't want to believe that this is, a partnership. I think it's opening eyes, and if you open them a little wider, you'll see that none of this is all booking 101. They're doing a fantastic job. As much as we might not like it as Impact fans, they're doing a fantastic job as preparing us for the battle that's going to ensue. So that's how I feel. All right.
Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to piss us off, and it's doing its job.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to take a break and go to the one that we were about to watch on accident there. And we'll be right back with a game of Steiner Math in honor of Black History Month.
Tired of trolling but not getting the clout you deserve? At Dave Meltzer's School of Clowning, we'll teach you everything from shitting on Impact to really shitting on Impact. Enroll now for the low price of $11.99 a month, and you too can be just like Dave. Other classes include Bringing People Down 101 and Calling Myself a Journalist but Calling Companies by the Wrong Name. Use the code BIASPaysMyBills for 15% off at checkout.
All right. There's and I think it was your sister who said that in the chat there, that said she liked it. Thank you. Cool response. It was fun to do. We did, Craig and I, when did we talk? Like 10:30 my time, so whatever, it was yours. An hour and a half later, we just put that up, and great result. I enjoyed it. We'll be making more stuff like that. And actually, let me mention that before I forget. And we played this game. At the end, very end, stay tuned if you want. It's about 3 minutes. It's the sneak peek of what I'm unboxing. Even though I told you last week what it was, this will actually be the "Can you guess what it is" clip that everyone liked from last time. So that'll air at the very end. Stay tuned if you want to watch that. All right.
By the way, this past week, Meltzer and Mark Madden got into it.
Did they really? I would pay to see them fight each other. I would break a broom in half and put the sharp end and then lock them in and just see what happens.
I got $100. It says Dave wins that fight.
Oh yeah, out of roid, out of roid and
shape.
Yeah, natural.
Natural. I'm pretty sure Dave can run up and down his stairs. So I think that gives him the win.
Oh man, that's bad. All right, let me get this set up, guys. As we knock this out. Hey, there we go. So we're doing game time, guys. Like I said, the game of the week is going to be a version of Steiner Math, which you'll see and hopefully you enjoy. I'll teach you the game as soon as I get... Hey, there we go. Okay, cool. So this is our example. In honor of Black History Month, obviously, we've been kind of honoring and celebrating different Black athletes that have walked through Impact and had some kind of significance. Even the ones that didn't. I think we threw out a Cheeks reference there, too, in a group as well. Mr. 630. It was fun. Look, Sojourner Bolt. Does anyone remember her? Sojourner Bolt? I love her. But anyway, so how Steiner Math is going to work, every answer to this game is a African-American wrestler from Impact history. So even though not everyone in the picture might have come through Impact, the math is as so. So each side of that, if you add them together, will create the name or give you the inkling of a name of a wrestler that once was in Impact. You guys get it? We got it?
Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Awesome Kong. All right. That's good. So easy peasy, right? All right. All right, here we go. Let's Take away that. Number 2. We'll let Mr. Craig. You could guess first, or we just say who guesses fastest. I don't care.
Black snow.
It's black snow. Very good. Very good. You guys can play along. I won't.
Okay.
Let me write down. Let me actually keep. So Craig 1-1. We got 9 of these, so we can talk and have a laugh. We got about 40 minutes. I think there's a few people in here.
Booker T.
It is Booker T. Black Snow, Booker T. All right.
I know. I just think it's funny that that's instead of just doing Black Snow, it's like Booker T. I'm like, no, that's not
best commentator in Impact history, man.
I mean, I agree, but it's just like, wait a second.
All right, so let's see if they get harder here. Okay, this one's a little harder. Let's see, Max, you're up. Or actually, just whoever gets it first, work together. It doesn't matter. I don't care. This is just all for shits and gigs. Come on in the chat. Who's there? We should come play with it. I'm going to put that on our thing while you guys think about it. I positive Max and Craig, if you work together, you'll get this.
Oh, okay. Bobby. Is it Bobby Lashley?
It's Bobby Lashley.
Man, critical. Okay.
Bobby Roode.
Sting.
Bobby Roode there. Robbie.
Well, I'm not gonna. I was thinking Robert. I was like, I didn't think Bobby
Roode something. I was thinking Rude. I don't know.
I was thinking Robert. I was like, Robert.
I'm going to try to tell the group to come in and play the game.
No, come not. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, Lash LaRue, Trevor Lee, right? Who is the middle dude? Lash LaRue. He also was Corporal Cajun? Corporal Cajun. And how does that equal Bobby Lashley? Well, you got Robert Roode, which Bobby. And then Lash. And then Lee. Trevor Lee.
And then Lee.
Think outside the bun. Is that... All right.
By the way, that was a horrible X Division title.
Yeah, that was trash. Worse when it was green or blue? Which one?
Green.
Yeah, green. Yeah.
All right. Number 4. This is a throwback. Oh, he's a little high, but you can still see who it is.
Kenny King?
Yeah, it is Kenny King. I was trying to remember what Mr. Anderson's first name was. I was like, what is the hell is this dude's first name?
Ken Anderson. All right. Well, you guys are whizzing through.
See, Kenny King should challenge LA Knights because I'm pretty sure they're basically going to be doing the same gimmick, right?
King of the Night, yeah. Yeah,
pretty much.
Kenny King, Max, I don't know if you saw it. I put out his Black History Month post, just to honor him. We usually don't tag him, but I think I did on this because I was asking him if he'll accept this rose, like The Bachelor, because obviously he was on that. And he said, he retweeted and said, absolutely, like a blushing face.
Nice. I
love Kenny King, man. We watched him from high school, Tough Enough to high schools and there on. Love Kenny King. All right. Who misses Ready to Rumble, by the way? Does anyone... Craig, have you even seen that? Do you know who this is?
I know what Ready to Rumble is. I've never seen it. Don't know who that is.
Okay.
What belt is he holding?
Kenny the King. He was WCW champion.
But is that the WCW belt?
Yeah, it's a replica. That's why it's got that round
Oh, it's the big gold
belt.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
What other belt would it have been?
I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if maybe they made one for. Remember they had that crappy WCW heavyweight title when Ric Flair up and left, but that was way. That was like a hubcap and some
duct tape. It was shit.
I actually liked it a little bit.
Yeah. All right. What do we got? We're whizzing through these mother things. Number 5.
Desmond Xavier.
Desmond Xavier. Very good.
He got it before so I'm watching it on
Twitch?
On Twitch, and he said it before I even saw who was there. I was like, Desmond. I'm like, I don't even know who these people are.
He's he gets this 5 hours ahead. He's in England, so.
Yeah, like I was like, I haven't even seen the. I'm still looking at Kenny King, and he's telling me Desmond Xavier.
Oh man.
Okay. I'll wait for the lag.
Craig, let me tell you the story about. We have some time. I'll tell you. So I mentioned the time zone thing. So one time, my mom is only 17 years apart from me. First of all, so it's more like a sister than a mom. I love her to death, but whatever. One time I think I did the math. I think I was 17, so she would have been a 34-year-old woman, which is what I am now, a 34-year-old woman. And she said to me, she calls me G, like Max. She's like, G, why is Hawaii always so hot, and yet Alaska is so cold? I said, they're in opposite, hemisphere. I don't know, man. I'm not good with whatever. And she was like, they're right next to each other, Geoff. Or then she called me. She thought because on the United States map, I don't know if you ever seen them, but they have like
they stick them
at the bottom next to each other.
Oh my lord!
Gotta love it. You know where it goes. All right. Stupidity. Love you, Mom. But yeah, Desmond Xavier. First of all, what a waste. Desmond Wolf. Love him. I had his football jersey. I had the one I used to play goalie in it.
What's he doing now? Isn't he?
Oh, damn. You can't really. It's blocking his face. I can't fix it either. Sorry, guys. No one doesn't like my story. They left.
I can't even tell who that is.
Okay.
Is that
Paul Pierce?
In the middle, it is Paul Pierce, yes.
Okay.
This one's a difficult one,
like...
so I'll let you.
I know who that is, but I know from DOA. I can't remember his name in TNA.
Okay. Max, do you?
Damn.
Who is it? I don't know.
What is it? WT? Harris Brothers. I can say that. But their names, they're twins.
Is it Ron Kidd? Maybe not.
You skipped a little bit. Does anyone know Paul? Does anyone know Paul Pierce's middle name or nickname? Well, you wouldn't, Craig.
And Google it. I don't know.
Okay, and then that's Rellik. Rellik spelled backwards is. So, what'd you say, Craig?
It's Killer. Ron Killings?
Ron the Truth Killings, baby. Ron the Truth Killings.
Oh.
Oh, Cody coming in clutch. Good job, Cody. I think, Craig, that's what you originally said, too. Bruh.
Yeah. That's
Come on, man. You got to play the game.
Paul Pierce's nickname is really The Truth?
Ron the Truth. Yeah, Paul the Truth Pierce. Yeah. Yeah.
Real stretch.
Ron the. Hey, man. It's what it reminds you of. It's not exact. Did you get it or didn't you?
It's Steiner Math, people.
Yeah. Steiner Math. Yeah, thank you. It's Steiner Math.
Go watch the Steiner Math thing and tell me if any of this. Half this shit is way better.
On Twitch, they play that commercial or that promo for commercial like every time, and I never get sick of it. And neither does Kristen. So that means.
So I love the actual promo, but Mark Madden quotes the "It spells trouble for you at sacrifice" part all the time, and I'm like, bro, you don't even.
He's like, a dump. All right, let's see if I made another stretch. Yeah, the game and
consequences.
The Game and Boarding Commission.
D'Angelo.
That's a throwback.
Is it the Pope?
The
Pope? I don't know who the other dude is.
Yeah.
Julio De Niro.
Julio De Niro.
Okay, it's D'Angelo De Niro.
Yep. It's D'Angelo. Yeah, there you go. It's D'Angelo Williams.
See, I only know because that's D'Angelo Williams. I
former
that.
Impact star, D'Angelo Williams.
Former Impact star, D'Angelo. And former Pittsburgh Steelers running back.
Yes, and Panthers and whoever else. And then Julio De Niro. That's a throwback. That's a real throwback. All right. I think we have another one you guys will like right now.
Oh my god!
Ooh, it's
Is that Billy Corgan?
Who asked that question?
Rodney Mack. that? I really can't see.
I love the Pope so much, but I love Desmond the same. They're I don't know. I can't answer that. I'm honest. Oh, okay.
Is the first person Billy Corgan?
It is Billy Corgan, yes.
Okay.
The hell's next to him?
Who's next to him?
I really
You said who it was there. You were right.
Rodney
Yeah.
Mack. Dude.
So it's Willie Mack?
Yeah, it's Willie Mack.
Oh man.
Was that good? Was that okay? All right.
I mean, it's Billy is short for Bill is short for William. William can be called Willie. Willie Mack.
Hey man.
Just
All the
like
stops for
the
Black
actor
History Month.
Billy D. Williams. His real name is William D. Williams.
Oh, Billy D. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know what the D stands for?
Duh. Billy D.
Billy
Williams.
I love Billy D. Williams.
Man, I really had a 63 and a 6/3 chance of getting that.
I was still trying to figure out that was Billy Corgan for the longest time. I was like,
Yeah, I got a really nice
Manson.
picture of him there.
No,
All right.
I don't know. It's hard for me.
This
to
one
tell
might
which
be.
is
This
which.
one's the hardest, I believe. Well, maybe not. I don't know.
Okay.
Obviously, you guys weren't a fan of my Ron the Truth Killing.
Okay, so we've got
Edge. Is that Pac?
If-
Or,
are you using Edge's real name here?
Maybe.
Adam Pac-Man Jones.
What is it?
Pac-Man.
yeah, Adam Pac-Man. Wow, that's really
Wow,
good.
Craig. Craig, the champion here. Pac-Man Jones. There you go. Damn, I thought that would be difficult. I guess not as difficult as.
When I saw
Cool.
Edge's real name, yes.
I would have.
So let's go back. Let's look. I want to look. See it. Let's go play by play. We got some time. Dick around. Ask us some questions. Play along again if you missed it, or whatever you want to do. We're here for it. That was pretty easy, right? Awesome. Mike Awesome. Congo Kong. You get Awesome Kong. These pictures. Black Rain. Oh, man. I'm still blocked because I mentioned Black Rain. I didn't even shit on Black Rain. I just mentioned him. You didn't like that. Black Rain and L Snow.
That Black Rain mask, man. That face paint is fucking horrible.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty rough, man. Pretty rough time for him.
Someone needs to cut a promo on him about Black Rain.
I think it's more so because of the time of his life. He doesn't like to revisit it. It was in a bad way.
Oh.
So I kind of feel guilty. So Robert Roode would be Bobby LaRue and Trevor Lee. Bobby Lashley. Miss LaRue. Once again, Ken.
You're probably the only one.
Yeah. Kenny King from Ken. And then, what was his name? The King, but... Anyone? Chat room? No?
I don't know. You want me to Google
Yeah,
it?
Google it. Let's find out.
Okay.
I know his name's Oliver Platt in real life. I don't know if that helps. Fine actor.
It's a 2000 film.
Old. Craig, were you even born yet?
Jimmy King.
Kenny King? Oh,
Jimmy King.
Jimmy King. Yeah, Jimmy King. Jimmy King. Yeah. Jimmy something. Thanks, brother. Jimmy Page. Oh, hey, Lucha. Well, did you see all that? Welcome, bud. So we're just going through our Black History Month game here. Once again, if you're coming in late, as it seems some are, this was Kenny Anderson with Jimmy King. So that makes Kenny King. Love Kenny King. Next was the one, oh no, this isn't the one you shit on me for. This is Desmond, a man, in Xavier Woods. You get Desmond Xavier right there.
I'm disappointed you didn't have Consequences Creed as one of them.
How would you like me to do that, Max?
I don't know.
Put New Jack as a con and then
Yeah, New Jack.
New...
And then Apollo
That'd
Creed.
be con... Sequences. Who's Sequences? It's too much. That's too much.
Well,
All right, what was next up here? Oh, yeah, we just did that one. Oh yeah, this is the one that's at the shits, according to you guys. That's Ron Harris, The Truth. Lucha will appreciate that. Paul Pierce, The Truth. And Killer is Rellik, spelled backwards. So Killer. So Ron, Truth, Killer.
I'm just saying, you came up with this as Ron the Truth Killings. You couldn't figure out Consequences Creed. You could have had Austin Creed.
I tried to think.
Name.
There's not many Creed. Who's Creed? You know.
Apollo Creed.
Yeah, I guess I did use Paul Pierce. And we had the man, the myth, the legend, Ron the Truth Rellik. Oh, D'Angelo Williams, Rookie of the Year in wrestling, at least. And then Julio De Niro, throwback to the Gathering with Raven's group with Alexis Lurie, which is Mickey James, and CM Punk. Whatever happened to that idiot? Oh, he's a big star.
He was a UFC fighter for a while.
Is he a wrestler? Oh, he's a big wrestler?
Yeah.
Jobbing out UFC.
Yeah. We have a good old picture of William here. William Corgan, which could be short for Willie, or Willie could be short for it. And Rodney Mack, Jazz's husband, too, which is a cool shout-out to another awesome African-American athlete. Loved him and Teddy Long's stuff on Raw back in the day. You remember that, Max? Or? Yeah.
Which one?
Rodney Mack. He was with Teddy Long.
No, I don't remember that. What year was that? You said it was
brand
Raw?
split. Yeah, like right at the beginning of the brand split's probably 2000.
Yeah.
Maybe not 6.
I don't know.
No, 6 seems late. 2003, 2004.
Yeah, WWE is one of those where I go in and out. Like, I'll usually watch like right around this time because Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, and then right after I'm like, man, this sucks, and then I stop watching.
Yes, the Rodney Mack White Boy Challenge. Yes, back in the day, Teddy Long would come out and ask any white boy to to come out, and Rodney beat the crap out of him. It was a good time. I dug it.
Is that like what's his name? Who's the guy? Oh my God! It was Chavo. Kerwin White. Did he ever?
Oh man, god awful. God awful.
That was the worst.
And then last but not least was Adam Copeland or Edge. We have Pac here, or whatever, Neville, whatever you want to call him, and then Uncle Alan, AJ, Alan Jones, right there. So I try to get one of him at home so it looked more use his real name. But, yeah. All right, that was fun.
I'm sitting here. I'm sitting here trying to figure out how Edge Neville. Like
Edge Neville. Oh man,
like,
that was fun. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Craig, you are. I bow to you. And a critical listing as well. You're pretty fast on there. I know Cody got one as well. And if you guys are playing on YouTube, tell us, write us under there and tell us if you got them right or not. Cool. Let's put up our ads here.
Brother.
Guys, and lay it on us, guys. If you got any questions, any things you want to talk about, anything you want our opinion on, I have a few topics that kind of came in late, so we could talk about those as well. While we wait for your guys. NWA, they cleared their YouTube channel, cleared the library. Alex Marquez came out and said, I think I said his name wrong, came out and said, please stop asking me. What is that? Dave Marquez, yeah, Dave. Don't, please stop asking me. And he's a higher up there, so pretty interesting. My point of view has always been, it's only been a week, that in this climate, NWA, it's going to be hard to run it or get interest. They're so far back. But if you go to the announcements, Eli Drake, Taya, all them, they don't mention any other company in their announcements of winning except NWA. It's the only one. And maybe they recognize that because of the lineage prior, with the big gold belt and stuff. Or I don't know. Or that means they bought the library and the IP and they're going to put it on there. It just seems really fishy. They didn't mention Impact for Eli. They didn't mention Impact for Taya. Probably a means or a answer to the partnership. But I don't know. What do you think? What is it worth? They don't even get the full library. He only owns what he filmed. So
Man, that's rough. Oh, so he owns the belts.
Oh,
I mean, I know NXT is their
developmental.
Developmental, but can you imagine if their developmental became NWA?
Oh, that'd be rough.
Yeah, that'd be
like.
Here's the thing: is I mean, granted, that's what Vince really did. He took everyone from the NWA and all the territories, and
that's what I'm saying. Like you
So-
won at that point. You got NWA, you got WCW, you got ECW. I mean, obviously the new guys have popped up, but that would basically be like all the ones that were around when Vince started. Like you own it all.
It depends. Like Critical Listening said, there outside of the belts, what do they have left? Not much. And on top of that, what does he own? As Max said, he owns the belts. He owns IP. So maybe the low.
Like who is?
I hope that Impact purchases it. I said that there, especially if we're going to do a TNA show. Wouldn't it be cool to let bygones be bygones and do NWA TNA? I don't know. I think that would be a cool throwback. I think that would get people hyped because I think no one could argue about that age of TNA.
They really did clear out there.
Aldis won't put it.
Does he own it?
Even if.
Oh, and Joe.
No, but he won't come back. He. But just quickly go back to the game. Maybe one day we should do a who can remember the Steiner promo off the top of their head.
Oh yeah, if you do the research, I got you, man, all day.
So, just doing some quick Google searches.
Yeah.
47 minutes ago, good NWA announcement expected in next few days. Videos pulled from YouTube. Give me a second. Okay. Let me look at the updates here. The National Wrestling Alliance has removed all their videos from YouTube as of today, which includes episodes of the series NWA Power. It's unknown at this time why the company decided to remove the video footage. The company has been on hiatus since the spring due to COVID. Other blah blah blah. Since the hiatus, many talents for contract have gone elsewhere. President William Corgan.
Willie.
It's not going by Billy.
Willie.
Willie Corgan simply said the promotion was not dead and the Power would be back soon. Here's the updates. It seems not even people who worked for NWA are sure of why the company removed all the video from YouTube. When asked about it on Twitter, Championship Wrestling from Hollywood creator and announcer David Marquez wrote, "Friends, I don't know what's going on." And then second update in the post of the F4W1line.com forums, Dave Meltzer said that the NWA removing all of its videos from YouTube is leading to an announcement. He added that it will be a good thing. He wrote, "I was told it will be something announced in the next few days, which is a good thing. Would not have to do with AEW." And that was 411mania.com is where I got that
we don't know.
So I would assume they're being purchased. I would think that they're probably taking all those episodes and they're going to be put on something. The WWE Network, the Impact
There's one or two. It's either WWE or us.
Or Fight.
Or they're making their own network, which wouldn't make any sense.
They don't own the whole library, so no. If they don't own that whole library, then what are you going to watch? It's a nice compliment too.
Could New Japan have purchased them?
I don't see why. Well,
because I heard New Japan's trying to. I read somewhere that New Japan's trying to do some stuff in, I guess, and make like a
U.S.
A show here.
Yeah. Well,
so
I don't know. I think it's a very interesting thing. I mean, if somehow, some way, it's not WB and it's us, not Fight, not anything else, and we buy the IP, everything from it, Corgan forgets about all the other shit and just moves on. Honor Club, yeah, you're maybe right. Ugh. Yeah. That would be a big get for us, is what I was going to say, though. To come back from where we came back. Now, NWA, excuse me, is it really a big deal in the sense of what it has now, as we mentioned, the belts and the IP? Probably not. But for a company that was NWA TNA, got booted out of the NWA, had the rise and fall of TNA, as people will say, and then rise again as Impact, it'd be full circle if we bought NWA. It'd be kind of cool.
I mean, do you get the contract of Nikki James?
Of Nikki James? No, yeah. I hope not.
Oh, please no.
Elijah Burke is their
I'll take it.
World Television Championship.
Come on, Pope. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. ROH is making some moves. I mean, we have a lot of time, so we can swing into that EC3 thing. Oh, I didn't even see him say, "Can I call in?" I don't know how to do that.
He just has to join the call, but I don't know how to. He would just add him to the
Maybe
call.
Next week, I'm gonna. Who is that? Lucha.
That's
okay.
Lucha.
Yeah, next week, bud. Just because.
And Lucha, you have to select from Skype the background behind you. That's why I have Tony and JR.
Yeah. Oh, while we're at it, guys, if this is your first time here, which I doubt it is, because it's generally our median of people that come in here, hit the follow buttons, and as Craig would say, follow us everywhere, this where and everywhere. I'll let him say at the end, but you know what I mean. Hit that, hit the like, go on YouTube even if you watch this and hit it for us. We're trying to do some bigger things, and it starts next week, so I'm excited for that. Yeah, so EC3 signing with ROH as well. What do you do with that? Do you think the wording of it is very Cody signing with Impact? You know, like they're here, they signed a contract. Tenille, they signed a contract. Myers signed a contract, and then months later, they're the most infamous one, Jordan. She signed a contract, and then months later, they signed the real deal, where it's not per appearance or whatever else. So who knows how long it is, but it could be the distribution of talent. But ROH is definitely at least trying to take a swing at it, and being an ROH fan since day one, I'm okay with that. I'm happy about that. I don't want them to. I think. I don't know. It's hard, man. You don't want any business to go down, especially when we get back into the swing of things and wrestlers will need jobs and stuff. But it's a hard battle up for them. And I would love to see the Briscoes, who've been obviously team players, to get a chance elsewhere. But
yeah, I don't know. I haven't watched. I don't even know. Let me see if I can find ROH. I don't even know when ROH is on in my area.
I don't.
It used to be on like 9
Is it on? It's on? Just on Honor Club?
I don't know.
I think someone's talking to me.
Oh, it is. It's on at 10 o'clock on my TV. It's an hour long, but let's see.
Yeah, Bennett's back.
Dragon Lee and Kenny King take on Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham. Shane Taylor battles Rush for the world title.
Rush is still champ. Yeah. Which, the only thing about it is, it sucks because what people used to say about us is like, oh, I forgot about him. He was an Impact. There's people in ROH that I'm like, oh shit, man, I forgot Dalton Castle was cool. Or love to see Jonathan Gresham get a higher platform.
Yeah, I mean, I like ROH. I think it's a good product. I feel like they just feel like such a step down, like in terms of their production and stuff, especially when they teamed with New Japan, and you saw what New Japan put on, and then the New Japan guys came over, and you're like, man.
Quite honestly, their production more recently is, I would say, in fairness and no bias, I think it's similar to ours. I think that.
I haven't seen them. I'll turn on tonight, but I haven't seen them in a while. But the last time I watched,
well, dark. Yeah, you're used to dark room.
Well, it was pre-COVID, and I just remember looking and being like, man, that crowd. Yeah, I don't know. It was just
once Cody and them left in the club, all the elite left. What did they have? They banked on them, and unfortunately, it didn't end their way. And you can't help but feel bad for them. In a sense, I mean, I know they've done shitty stuff to us, but we've obviously done a lot worse throughout the years. And then they've done some to top that, but you know what I mean? I think the IP, I think the titles and the IP are worth it. The library is the big deal out of that. Unlike the NWA, you have ROH.
For what? Oh,
yeah.
For ROH?
Yeah.
I'm wondering, so he doesn't own all the old NWA tapes?
No, I don't think so. At least that's what Mike said. I'll have to double check on that, but I don't know where else they are, though. Does WWE already have them?
I don't know. Let's look.
All right, WWE
go on the network.
Have those tapes on there.
I don't even know if I subscribe to the network. We'll find out in a second.
I just feel like
I think so. If we got, I know they've got a load of like.
I do subscribe to the network.
I don't think they've got NWA.
So I've got main event. What the fuck? I don't know where to go to find it.
If anyone knows, drop it in there. You guys can look.
Here we go.
If
Wrestling Challenge, Old School WWE, Mae Young Classic, Saturday Night Main Event.
If anyone knows in the chat, NWA, does anyone know? They had a fiasco.
So here's the thing that WWE has that it may be so a lot of the old stuff. They have like All-Star Wrestling, AWA All-Star, WCCW, Mid-Atlantic Championship, Mid-South, Smoky Mountain. They may have all been part of NWA.
Oh.
And they may have
owned
true. Their own rights.
So then you would just have NWA pay-per-views, which the network does not have.
Yeah, like similar to how WCW was a part of NWA, but they owned their own library. So that's probably what happened is all the smaller territories, Vince just bought them up and bought their libraries, so you can't own that stuff because it's not owned by NWA.
Who is that? Lucha saying that? Anthem and ROH had talks about early ROH footage Anthem owns from HDTV days, which turned into Access. Right.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, Ring of Honor are on FightNet UK, which obviously Anthem own FightNet.
Oh. Imagine they owned them. Imagine they bought them when the rumors originally happened a year or two back, and they're just sitting on it, not saying anything. But if they own the footage, that's pretty interesting. They would, and that was a good era for them. That was a fun era.
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I think we'll probably be in a lot of those videos. At least me and Johnny cheering like losers.
I've only ever watched one Ring
of Honor show. Ever in your life?
The main event was Silas Young versus Roosh for the world title.
That didn't hook you?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, when we used to live together, I used to watch it because I remember, like, Raw was on Mondays, Impact was on. Was it on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
Every day.
I think it might have been on Wednesdays. Was on Wednesdays. What's it called? Was on SmackDown was on Thursdays, and then Ring of Honor was on Saturdays. Because I used to watch when you were always working. So I used to watch it, and that's when Jay Lethal was a champion. And I'm not going to lie, we only lived together for less than a year. But it felt like Jay Lethal
it wasn't good.
For like 6.
I know, I don't. It sucks because everyone loves Jay Lethal. I still have fond memories. Obviously, personal things aside, hence why I didn't honor him in Black History Month, to be honest with you. I won't get into all that. But personal stuff aside, is he. I don't want to say, do you believe the hype, but would you be hyped if he came back? Would you be like, oh my God, it's Jay Lethal?
I don't know. He did stuff when I was watching. I'm trying to remember who I keep wanting to call it the New Church, but that wasn't who it was. Because obviously he wasn't part of the New Church. But he had his little group going on, and I liked that. That was, I'm trying to figure out who it was.
Oh, wow.
Wasn't like Curry Man and...
no, it wasn't. The House of Truth.
House of Truth? Oh, yeah, I love the House of Truth. Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Yeah, I thought that was well done. I enjoyed that.
Black machismo all the way.
Man. I don't know, and I want to say, what's her name? Who was his? I don't think it was his valet. She was in.
Yeah.
She won like one
you're
of
talking about What's the girl you like, Craig? And I don't really care for. Taylor Hendricks. Thank you.
She was with him. I thought she was really good with him. I liked that. I enjoyed that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like Jay Lethal. I think he's good, but I don't know if he would be someone that I would be like.
Yeah, I agree. If it's Black Machismo Jay Lethal, I'm all about it. I don't think he'll ever do that. But I just don't see the hype. And especially with the past allegation stuff, not worth it.
Yeah, not anymore. It's
like looking at Ring of Honor. If I'm looking at people that if you buy that company, that I would be like, yo, I'd be super excited to have. Well, Alex Shelley's listed on here. I don't know if he's still there. I would love to have him. Maybe that's why he's not wrestling for Impact. He's actually wrestling. But Angelina Love is there. I'd love to have her. Bandito, I think would be awesome to have. Cheeseburger, I do not care about Cheeseburger.
Danhausen.
I'm going through. Dalton Castle would be awesome.
Dalton Castle, yeah.
EC3 would be awesome. The Briscoes would be awesome. Kenny King would be awesome.
I like that. Kenny King, but I also like Gresham and Alexander. That'd be a match.
Gresham would be awesome. Mike Bennett would be awesome.
You know, he's
Matt
with
Taven would be average.
Is he with Taven still? Yeah, they're doing.
I don't know.
You know, this turned into the ROH podcast. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. We're all here. We're all friends. Okay, so yeah, I would take all of them. I mean, who wouldn't? They don't have a bad roster. It's just like what happened to us. You got to rebuild, and unfortunately, the time where they needed to rebuild, COVID hit. So, but they have some good names there. I would love to see ANX All Night Express back together. I love Kenny King and Rhett Titus. Jesus, man, I'm tired.
Who's Leo Rush would be.
He's
somebody.
Leo Rush is already hinting at facing that TJP's ducking the challengers.
I would love to see him in. I was really excited when he came to WWE, and then they stuck him with Bobby Lashley. Like, hey, you're short.
Yeah. And he was his mouthpiece.
Go team up with him. Like, what? Okay. And then for some reason I don't know. I remember him talking about the fact they made him like they had nothing for him to do, and like, hey, but you still have to travel with Bobby Lashley for all these house shows. You're gonna pay all this money, but you're not getting paid. But he was getting paid. I remember him talking about.
Leo Rush. Yeah.
Yeah, Leo Rush was saying that like they made him like he wasn't getting paid a bunch. I think for being on the main roster because it wasn't considered like a main roster contract, but he had to go everywhere Bobby Lashley went. Because he was Bobby Lashley's mouthpiece. So every house show, every SmackDown, Raw, or whatever, but he had to travel there. But it's like he wasn't really making a ton of money, but he had to travel every time that Bobby Lashley did.
Well, I gotta figure. I mean, Valet's been doing that for years, man. Right? So
yeah, but I mean, I would love to see him.
Yeah, he's cool, man. And I think, he's in MLW middleweight, and then AAA's cruiserweight.
Yes, Major League Wrestling and
Japan.
New Japan,
yeah. And AAA.
I just see so according to this Wikipedia, return to independent circuit is 2020, and then it mentions on November 2nd, Rush was announced for New Japan Pro Wrestling Super J Cup.
He's not champion there,
and then
he's
Major
there.
League.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah, AAA Cruiserweight champion as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
it must be the X division that grows crazy. I don't know, but Leo versus TJP, man, would be batshit.
I would love to see Leo versus. Chris Bay.
Ace really and Leo. There's a lot of good talent there. You know what's kind of now talking about it, between all the other territories. If you were to ask me, and we obviously WWE isn't a partner; they'll never be a partner. But if you were to ask me if I could choose one company to partner with, just for the talent purposes, not the TNT and all that stuff, MLW has a cooler roster, man. New Japan, obviously, but they have a cool roster. Leo Rush, is coming on. They used Sammy Pryor. They had TJP. They had really good talent choices that they've had. A lot of winks to Lucha Underground recently too. So check out MLW. They don't like us, but low key.
Oh, they have ACH.
MLW, I mean, they just wanted to use Impact roster. They didn't want to give us any of their talent.
What's the odds of that?
That was their problem.
Oh, Leo versus Swan. Yeah, man. Swan needs to come back down, and I'm hoping Moose. I'm sorry, look, man. Moose is Jacob Fatu is a beast, but so is Moose is a beast. And, obviously by name, but he's come to his own. I hope we give him that contract, and he's there forever since she. Zenshi. I thought I was saying Zenshi as in low key, who's also there. But yeah, no, Moose looks like he should be our champion. And I like Rich, but he's a great wrestler. He could be maybe very Bret Hardy if he put on some weight, just because he can go with anybody. He'll make anyone look good. It's a good match. But the promos are getting better, but I don't know. Low-key.
I mean, you go through the current champions of all promotions, and I love Rich Swann, but if you go for from Roman Reigns to Jacob Fatu, there's Rich Swann really.
It's not about the size per se. It's if you have a little guy who has if you told me Chris Bay was our champion, it's a little early for him, but he has it. He has the look. He has everything down. And Rich,
Ace Austin's a smaller
but once
guy
he's pretty much there. And that's a perspective thing, and I think that's how we have to look at Rich, I guess. But great talent. I think he can, if they just give him a little tweaking, man. I think he can really play a really cool. It doesn't need to be like Kushida, but a futuristic kind of he's got the glasses all the time. He always wears bright clothes, anyways, and shiny. I just think he could pull off something really cool, Bishop-y kind of time traveler thing, but not real time traveler.
That's how he wins his matches. He travels back in time.
There you go, yeah.
Pins people before the match starts.
Maybe he could go back in time and restart this episode. Jesus Christ. Where's Swan? We didn't time this right. I was hurrying up, and then the game flew by.
I know, yeah. It's
Craig's hurrying.
Stop hurrying.
It's because he thinks we'll end it early. We're not ending it early ever. You will listen to everything we have to say. Moose to get a yes. Pay Moose his money. Cage was exclamation. But it works the opposite. I think it's hard to have a smaller guy be your heavy or your world champion, compared to have a bigger guy who can go in the X division. I think it's harder to sell the smaller guy as your champion.
Here's the thing: smaller guys as champions are fine. It's just about how they present themselves. AJ Styles is a smaller guy. We've seen AJ Styles wrestle Brock Lesnar, and it was a competitive match. Sean, Daniel Bryan Danielson, whatever he goes by. But it's just there's just a look they give off. Kofi was a smaller champion, but he still just gave off an aura of world champion, and I don't necessarily feel if Rich.
Rewind the tape, Lucha. We talked about that great extent. I agree with you. And Moose just looks like he should be our champion, as everyone's saying. And here's the thing I noticed, and that's why I use the VBD thing. They're really wearing off on me. Not that I was against them, the pairing or the grouping, but what they represent as far as what their characters kind of represent or what you kind of get the vibe of. I think we're really suiting up for war, right? We're stocking it up. I don't see Moose leaving. I really don't. Because that's someone you can't get rid of. He was here from the beginning of this, and not beginning of this, but Impact and fixing it. And I think he should be our champ going into this new boom here. But yeah, so how are we talking about the Moose thing? Moose in VBD already seem. I don't know if XXL, they're not going there yet. I think they'll win this week, honestly, just to give them some love. But we're building groups of Decay is expanding and building. We're getting ready for war, so when stuff happens, you're excited, like, oh man, Impact's getting beat on. Who's gonna lights go off Decay? Oh shit moment. Moose doesn't help Impact because he doesn't give a shit. He's the TNA champion, and then Moose finally does and comes down and beats it. they're gearing up to these things. Oh, we lost last week. Who do we throw in? And VBD just comes and enters the room, and you're like, oh, shit's going down. You know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that Impact is doing right with that. I can't see them not realizing that if we're preparing for war, unless we're giving the belt to Kenny, maybe Rich isn't the guy to carry it right now. Right now. Love Rich. Don't get that twisted. But
my feeling is I don't want to see Moose win the title right now. He shouldn't. If Kenny is winning the title, Moose shouldn't be.
But maybe he doesn't. We don't know. You know. Now, I'll be the last person to say if someone's contract's running up, don't give them the heavyweight championship. It's Impact's thing. It's like, oh, here's a going away present. Thank you. And I hope that's not the case. So for that reason, I'd wait until he re-signs or something. But come on, man, Moose is looking right.
No. Moose should absolutely be the world champion, but like I said, with the whole Rebellion poster with the Omega symbol.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying.
Okay. Towards Kenny being there, and especially after Hard to Kill, him pinning the champion, he's going to get a title shot. Especially if he is eyeing up more than one championship. Like he's the AAA Mega Champion or something.
Omega, yeah.
Yeah, so I think he's going to have to more than one championship. I don't want to see him win the Impact World title because I don't know. I mean, I don't want to see the Impact World title on another.
I don't either. Now, if you do the swap, okay, maybe we win the AEW one, cool. It's like a back and forth, cool. But I don't think you need that to do it. But you're eventually going to need somebody to win the others for this to continue. Because what are you putting at stake? A television slot, maybe, something like that. What do you win? And that's why I keep saying it. Oh, we're kicking towards the end here, so I got to hit the last commercial break, which is going to be the preview of the next unboxing that will come next week. But yeah, to finish that, if you think Kenny Omega, you really think Kenny's going to win the belt?
I can see it.
See, that's where my that kind of we're either way we're going to get great matchups and great television, right? But kicking it back really quick to what I finally remembered. Been in the treehouse too long. If we go, let's save this for next week because I'm going to go on a rant. So let's save it for next week. We'll talk more AEW and an Impact relationship. And what Craig mentioned as well, we'll talk about Rebellion a little bit because obviously it does have that mega symbol and it totally blew my mind that I haven't thought about that recently. So obviously Sacrifice is March 13th. Right? March 13th? Is that a Saturday?
About that.
Yeah, so we'll do a pre-show and we'll get to see that. That's obviously before Rebellion, so we'll see. But yeah, thanks guys for listening. Sorry about the rambling at the end.
I will be in New York with
you. There you go. So the show will be live with two of us, and then Craig. Well, it'll all be live. I don't know what I'm talking about. I need to go to sleep. Craig, you need to go to sleep. Next week, guys, to wrap this up, is another episode live. Saturday, March 6th, 7:30 to 9. We are joined by, once again, the author of the new Impact Wrestling 20th Anniversary books that are coming. He did 100 interviews in 100 days of Impact, TNA, NWO, TNA legends. Go and listen or come back and listen and watch that episode. And also go to his website. You can see his name right there spelled out. And add.com to it. And you can see what he's, one of his little articles where he's promoting what he's doing next. So go do that. Thank you for watching. I'll let Craig wrap it up because he usually does his little thing. And then we're going to go to sleep.
Yeah. So, yeah, if you don't know about, you can follow us here, follow us there, follow us down there, everywhere. This will be up on YouTube as soon as we can, some point tomorrow. And hopefully we get the audio uploaded to whichever site we're using at the minute. We'll figure that out and let you know. And see you all next week.
Craig, you need to go to bed. You look high as fuck. It's like pure exhaustion. Craig. Yeah. His eyes are just like rolling back as he's just wobbling back and forth. So go ahead. Hit that
The third commercial will wrap up, guys. Thank you. Thanks for sticking with us. It was fun.
Clue number 1. The box itself is not as easy to describe this time around, and my ability to measure is pretty low in comparison to my other attributes. I'm talking GFW low here, people. This oversized battery box, 7 inches tall on the flat basey thing, and 14 1/4 by 5 inches by 2 inches fanny pack on the front. I don't know, man. Do I look like Bob the Builder to you? It's a good sized box.
Oh, yeah.
Clue number 2. This item is from 2010, right before the leeches came.
Brother.
It is a nice reminder of our lost TV deal here, and uses all the retro images, from the Impact TV show logo to the A-Change, right before he joined the Bullet Club. I miss you, A-Change. Come home. The 6-sided ring is proudly plastered on the box. For those of you who don't know, Impact Wrestling used a 6-sided ring from 2004 to 2010, and then again in 2014 to January 2018. And we had a ramp in 2011 because someone's foaming at the crotch boat motor holding couldn't walk up the stairs. I digress.
Brother.
It comes to us from Jack's Pacific. Yes, NASDAQ's own Jack's Pacific. If you're saying, damn, I should have bought stock when they started working with TNA after being with WWE for so long, I would say to you, in the famous words of one Cowboy James Storm, you're lucky you didn't.
Huh?
Wait. Anywho, these toys bombed, like GFW bombed, people.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and it comes to us from Malibu 90265, but like everything else, was made in China. Clue number 3. Have you concluded that this is a toy? If not, here's the giveaway. It was only sold at Toys R Us. For those of you who don't know, Toys R Us was a wonderful store that used to expand the imaginations of 90s kids for an inflated price. Now expanding the imaginations of 90s kids for an inflated price? Weed! I love Toys R Us. The giraffe mascot was named Jeffrey, so it made me feel better about my spelling. Now I have to hear Geoff from the unoriginals. What's next? Outdated Craig Ferguson jokes? The struggle is real. Oh, it's damn real. Originally sold in 4 3-packs with alternative paint jobs, this Toys R Us exclusive figure set included Sting, Shark Boy, Double J, Pass, Abyss, Jay Lethal, Mick Foley, Kurt Angle, and Kevin Nash. If you're saying, how did they come in 4 3-figure sets if there are 10 in yours, Geoff? Well, on top of the color changes, 2 also included Daniels and Consequences Creed. And if you must bring it up, yes, I cry at night knowing I don't have them. These 10 figures are only 2 inches in height and are considered a choking hazard for kids under the age of 8. So for all of you 7-year-olds out there, eat Jay Lethal first. I appreciate the irony.
Oh, yeah. Brother.
Do you have it figured out? You do? Good. Great. Grand. On we go.